Your heart is a liability. It is a traitor living inside your chest. They told you to follow it. They told you that passion is the engine of greatness. They lied. Look at the wreckage of your own life. Every bad decision, every text you shouldn't have sent, every opportunity you let slip through your fingers because you were afraid or anxious or too excited. What was the common denominator? Emotion. You felt. And because you felt, you lost. The world belongs to the cold. It belongs to the surgical. It belongs to the men and women who can look at a disaster and feel absolutely nothing but the urge to calculate the next move. Niccolo Machiavelli, the man who wrote the operating manual for power, did not write about passion. He wrote about virtu, strategic prowess. And he understood a truth that civilized society tries to drug you out of knowing. The person who cares the least controls the most. The zero state. If you can learn to sever the connection between your reality and your emotional response, you become a ghost. You cannot be hurt. You cannot be manipulated. You cannot be predicted. You enter a state of existence I call the zero state. Most people live their lives at a fever pitch. Up, down, happy, sad, manic, depressed. They are leaves in a hurricane. I am going to teach you how to become the eye of the storm. But this is not for the weak. We are not here to manage your anxiety. We are here to amputate the part of you that bleeds. If you are ready to stop feeling and start conquering, listen. You must understand what you are fighting. You are fighting your own biology. Evolution did not design you to be happy. It designed you to survive in a tribe of 50 people on the savannah. Your emotions, fear, shame, desire for approval, are outdated software. Fear was meant to stop you from being eaten by a lion. Now, fear stops you from starting the business. Fear stops you from walking away from a toxic partner. The software is glitching. It is firing alarm bells in a safe room. When you feel a strong emotion, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, strategy, and long-term planning, shuts down, literally. You become stupid. You become an animal reacting to a stimulus. The architecture of power Machiavelli knew this centuries before neuroscience confirmed it. He saw that a prince who ruled by emotion was a prince who would soon be dead. He wrote, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived." Translated, he is saying that emotional people are simple. They react to present necessities. Pain, hunger, lust, fear. Because they react, they are easy to trick. If I can make you angry, I own you. If I can make you crave my validation, I own you. If I can make you feel guilty, I own you. The first step to winning everything is to reclaim ownership of your own neural pathways. You must look at your emotions not as truth, but as noise. Imagine you are a pilot flying a plane through a storm. Your instruments are going haywire. Alarms are screaming, "Pull up, danger!" The amateur pilot panics. He follows the alarms. He crashes. The master pilot ignores the noise. He looks at the horizon. He trusts the coordinates. He feels nothing. He lands the plane. You are the pilot. Your emotions are the broken instruments. Stop listening to them, killing the beggar. This is where we leave the realm of self-help and enter the realm of power. You need to kill hope. I know that sounds wrong. You've been told hope is beautiful. No, hope is a beggar. Hope is the strategy of the powerless. The person who hopes is waiting for the world to give them something. Machiavelli despised hope. He believed in fortuna, luck, yes, but he believed that fortuna was a woman who had to be dominated by force, not waited upon with flowers. When you hope, you abdicate control. You say, I hope this works out. The Machiavellian says, I will engineer this so it cannot fail. Action cures fear. Hope prolongs it. You must replace hope with calculation. Feel nothing about the future. Do not fantasize about the victory. Do not dread the defeat. Simply look at the board. Move the pawn. If you lose a piece, do not cry. Look at the remaining pieces. Move again. This is the zero state. It is a vacuum of expectation. When you expect nothing, you are ready for everything. The surgical strike. To win, you must excise pity from your heart. Pity is a fatal leak in the hull of your ship. Machiavelli analyzed Cesare Borgia, a man who brought order to a lawless region by being absolutely ruthless. He argued that cruelty well used is actually a form of compassion. By being hard, you prevent the chaos that hurts everyone. How does this apply to you? You have people in your life right now who are drowning, and you are trying to save them. You are slowing down your own ascent to carry them. Why? Because you feel pity. Stop. You cannot save everyone. The ecosystem depends on the strong being strong. When you feel pity rising, ask yourself, is this emotion helping them, or is it just making me feel good about being a savior? Usually it's the latter. Be the surgeon of your own life. The surgeon cuts the flesh to save the body. He does not cry over the blood. He focuses on the tumor. He removes it. Weaponized apathy. There is a paradox in desire. The more you want something, the more it runs away from you. Desire creates tension, and tension creates mistakes. To win everything, you must act as if you need nothing. This is weaponized apathy. Think of the samurai. The samurai accepts death before the battle begins. If he is already dead, he has no fear. If he has no fear, his movements are perfect. You must apply the dead man's strategy to your ambition. Walk into the negotiation willing to walk away, truly willing. When you detach from the outcome, you gain total control over the process. Machiavelli writes about the fox and the lion. The emotional man is neither. He is the rabbit. He runs. He freezes. The apathetic man can be the fox because he isn't afraid of losing chips. When your emotional storm crashes against a wall of nothingness, it dissolves. That is the power you are building. The art of the mask. If you walk around looking like a stone-cold statue, people will plot against you. Society tries to destroy anyone who refuses to play the emotional game. So you must learn the art of the mask. Machiavelli said, "It is necessary to be a great pretender and dissembler." Inside, you are the zero state. Outside, you must be charming. You must nod and laugh and make them feel special. This is not hypocrisy, it is camouflage. When your boss tells a bad joke, laugh, not because it's funny, but because it buys you favor. When your enemy tries to bait you, smile, not because you are happy, but because it hides your dagger. The separation between your internal state and your external display is the ultimate measure of control. Strategic narcissism. Society tells you that selfishness is a sin. Who tells you this? The people who benefit from your sacrifice. Machiavelli understood that a prince must be the center of his own universe. You must adopt strategic narcissism. This means recognizing that you are the most valuable asset you own. Stop funding other people's drama with your energy. Your worth is in your control. Their opinion is not. When you stop needing the world to applaud you, you become dangerous because you can no longer be bribed. The man who values himself above the collective is expensive. He is rare. He does not scan for approval. He scans for opportunity. Predatory silence. You must become a fog. Stop broadcasting your next move. The greatest mistake you make is telling people your plans. It kills your drive and gives your enemies a map to stop you. Be vague. Be ambiguous. When they ask, "What are you up to?" you say, "Working on a few things." In the absence of information, the human mind assumes power. Use this. If you are negotiating, state your terms, then stop talking. The silence will become heavy. It will press on their chest. They will start to bid against themselves just to break the tension. Work in the dark. Let the results be the only noise you make. The thunder comes after the lightning strikes. Be the lightning, the solitude of the throne. Here is the price tag. You are going to be lonely. But it is not loneliness, it is solitude. The sheep are never lonely, they are huddled together, smelling each other's fear. The eagle flies alone. Machiavelli did his greatest work in exile, alone in his study. When you enter the zero state, you lose your tolerance for gossip and small talk. Do not fear the empty room. The empty room is where the king sits. The throne is a single seat, not a bench. Embrace the cold. The cold preserves, heat rots. You become anti-fragile. The more the world hits you, the stronger you get.